Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a quick look outside that weather window from this afternoon. And boy, the calm before the storm this afternoon around north central Washington. We did see some haze out there today. Air quality wasn't bad, but you could sure see the haze in the hillsides. Also, clouds rolled in throughout the afternoon today. Shower activity now around north central Washington. And because of the heavy downpours that can happen with some of the thunderstorms, there's a flash flood watch in effect, and it's for that area in green, and that affects a big portion of our viewing area. Not quite over into Wenatchee, but very close. It includes Plain, Chelan, also up in Winthrop, Twisp, and you folks up in Omak. And boy, a wet 12 to 24 hours is ahead. In fact, we expect by the time we get into Saturday night that Wenatchee could pick up between a quarter and a half inch, maybe even a half inch to an inch. Boy, that's hard to say, but with these thunderstorms, we could see some heavy downpours at times. Hopefully not much lightning, but I don't expect a lot of that. And that flash flood watch will stay into effect through Saturday afternoon. We'll tell you all about it coming up a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Wenatchee man faces multiple drug charges after a police tactical team staked out his motel room and arrested him earlier this week. The bright red Q runner a 79-year-old Moses Lake man uses to get around town is hard to miss. So when word got out that it had been stolen early yesterday morning, didn't take long for people in town to track it down. The veteran services provider convicted of fourth-degree assault in a Wenatchee courtroom last night is appealing his case. And school starts soon in every north central Washington school district, and the police chiefs of Quincy and Royal City have a message for drivers who come across a stopped school bus. But first, our top story tonight, a Type 1 incident management team assumed control this morning of the firefighting effort on the 25-mile fire burning off South Lake Chelan. As of this morning, the fire was at 10,000 acres with wide areas still under level 3 evacuation orders. The fire started Sunday near Shady Pass Campground and has destroyed one home and endangered hundreds more. It currently is 5% contained. The Southwest Type 1 Incident Management Team is assigned to fires based on their size and the complexity of fighting that fire. Until today, a Type 3 team has been managing the firefighting effort. That team gave its final briefing last night, and Communications Manager Ryan Roderick told the departing team the community appreciates their efforts.
I just wanted to let you know, as this is my last briefing, that the community is incredibly grateful for the hard work you've been putting in. We are getting just a constant barrage of positive comments about your actions out in the field, and they see you and they're very pleased with your hard work. And I got to tell you, your hard work makes my work a whole lot easier, and it makes it easier to get communicated to that community when you all are being the great representatives that you are. So it's been a pleasure serving with you, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay safe out there.
A Wenatchee man faces multiple drug charges after a police tactical team staked out his motel room and arrested him earlier this week. 45-year-old Maurice Ricardo Young was arrested Wednesday outside a North Wenatchee Avenue motel. Police had been seeking him since he allegedly fled from a traffic stop on August 14th. When arrested, Young allegedly tried to dispose of a bag containing a handgun, nearly 2 ounces of methamphetamine, and 12 grams of heroin. He remains housed in the Chelan County Jail. In other news, the bright wet red Q runner a 79-year-old Moses Lake man uses to get around town is hard to miss. So when word got out that it had been stolen early yesterday morning, it didn't take long for people in town to track it down. Cheryl Locke said her dad has used the mobility-type vehicle on sidewalks since losing his license following a stroke. She posted on Facebook about it being stolen, as did the Moses Lake Police Department. About 5 hours after it disappeared, a resident found it behind a haystack in the May Valley area more than 5 miles away. The battery was dead, there was damage to the body, and the side mirrors were broken off, but Locke said she hopes her father will soon be back behind the wheel. Police have yet to locate a suspect in that theft. The veteran services provider convicted of fourth-degree assault in a Wenatchee courtroom last month is appealing his case. Thad Lawson Jr. wants the Chelan County Superior Court to overturn the jury verdict that found him guilty of assaulting a woman in the offices of the Veterans Warehouse thrift store where he's been director for 8 years. Lawson filed papers seeking appeal on Thursday. He was sentenced to 75 days in jail, but that sentence has been set aside while his appeal is pending. It's Lawson's second conviction for gross misdemeanor assault in the last 5 years. School starts soon in every North Central Washington school district, and the police chiefs in Quincy and Royal City have this message for drivers who come across a stopped school bus.
Hi, my name's Keith Siebert. I'm the Chief of Police with Quincy PD. This is my good friend Ray Rodriguez, the Chief of Police in Royal City. Our communities share a lot of the same values, and we thought it'd be good to do a video together. We want to talk to you about passing school buses when their flashing lights and stop sign are activated. All vehicles in either direction must stop and wait for the bus to load and unload the children. Only after the lights are turned off may the vehicles proceed. Any driver that violates this will be issued an infraction. Please do your part in keeping our children safe. Thank you, and if you have any questions, please contact one of our offices. Be safe.
Coming up next, the Wenatchee School Board says its hands are tied when it comes to requiring vaccines for teachers and other district employees. Confluence Health has run out of a key drug used in treating its most seriously ill COVID-19 patients. Drivers who use Badger Mountain Road above East Wenatchee will have to use a detour route starting on Monday. And Pangborn Memorial Airport in East Wenatchee will receive a $6 million infrastructure grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma, and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
What you're doing is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean, you might as well throw up a screen door to block the summer smoke.
sometimes it gets
When we
warm.
breathe in the wildfire smoke, we are ingesting hazardous chemicals such as acetic acid and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. A lot of bad stuff, okay?
Well, yeah, that's why we...
Cardboard ain't gonna cut it.
So...
Go to chelanpud.org/save today.
Welcome back. In another news, the Wenatchee School Board says its hands are tied when it comes to requiring vaccines for teachers and other district employees. Superintendent Paul Gordon issued an advisory yesterday reminding parents that local school districts are required to comply with Governor Jay Inslee's new requirement that K-12 workers be fully vaccinated for COVID-19 or provide a valid medical or religious exemption by October 18th. State School Superintendent Chris Reichdahl said much of the same when the orders were announced Wednesday.
For those who have this passionate want to tell folks how frustrated they are, I really respect that. That feedback goes into the decision making. What they ought not do is go to school boards and ask them to do something that is not in the control of school boards and school directors. We can take lots of criticism here. Please keep it civil. Please keep it respectful and safe. We've got email addresses. We get a lot of that. We respond to a lot of that. But your local school board is not making this decision, whether it's mask or vaccines. This is a requirement of the state of Washington with the power of law in a public health crisis where lives have been lost and will continue to be lost if we don't react. Please Take your respectful civil discourse where it belongs, and local school boards are not that place.
Confluence Health has run out of a key drug used in treating its most seriously ill COVID-19 patients. The huge surge in new hospitalizations has led to a national shortage of the drug Actemra, used to stabilize patients' immune response and inflammation. Dr. Mark Johnson, infectious disease specialist at Confluence Health, says Actemra has been prescribed to patients with severe progressive COVID since January if they don't respond to more standard drugs like remdesivir. The shortage is also bad news for patients being treated for lupus or rheumatoid arthritis. Right now, Central Washington Hospital is treating 34 patients with COVID-19, including 5 in intensive care and 14 in critical condition. One hospitalized patient is only 28 years old. Only 2 of those patients are fully vaccinated against the disease. Well, drivers who use Badger Mountain Road above East Wenatchee will have to use a detour route starting on Monday. The road will close between Fancher Heights Boulevard and Daniels Drive Northeast so that Douglas County road crews can repair the surface. A detour will be in place at Eastmont and Fancher Field Road. The closure is expected to last until September 10th. Pangborn Memorial Airport in East Wenatchee will receive $6 million infrastructure grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. Congressman Dan Newhouse said yesterday that the money is for reconstructing the airport's apron and apron lighting. The grant was awarded to the Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority, which runs the airport. It was the largest of 3 airport grants awarded in Newhouse's 4th Congressional District. The Richland Airport received $2.6 million and the Yakima Airport just over $1 million. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious? No, he's not. Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used, to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier visited Wenatchee yesterday to say thanks to firefighters for battling the Red Apple Fire just north of the city. Schreier met with Chelan County Fire District 1 Chief Brian Brett and Captain Cy Sousley. She also talked over fiber optic expansions with the Chelan County PUD, met with healthcare workers at Central Washington Hospital, and spoke at a lunch celebrating Link Transit's fleet of long-range electric buses and charging technology.
So the technology that we're celebrating today will, of course, help make the air cleaner to breathe here in Wenatchee Valley, but it's also going to be a model for communities all across the country as they transition to cleaner transit buses. But I also want you to think about school buses and what it will be like for our kids to be able to travel on the bus and to not be sucking in diesel fumes as we're driving to work behind those trucks. And that is a great thing. So we're already living through the early days of climate change. We're seeing larger smoky skies every year, triple-digit temperatures, not just here, but also on the other side of the Cascades, fruit that is turning to cherry raisins on the trees, and roadways that are buckling from the heat. And all of this reminds us what is at stake and why we need to take these really bold steps.
Let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Friday was a good one, and it was a beautiful day, really, for the most part. We did see this afternoon some haze out there with that north-northwest breeze. The clouds really rolled in this afternoon, and yeah, some showers happening around North Central Washington. But this was our shot from this afternoon, looking down at the beautiful Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights. And as far as temperatures go today, boy, it was mild. We were 6 degrees below our normal high, 6 degrees above our normal low. 80 and 66 today unofficially. Record high 102, that was set in 1977. Record low was in 1968 at 46 degrees. Sun came up at 6:04 this morning and will set tonight at 8:03. Let's get to your Saturday weather forecast. And Saturday we could see a good chance for showers in the morning. I think that will continue to decrease throughout the day and the afternoon. And boy, it's going to be a cool one. Mid to upper 70s in the Columbia Basin, Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy at 77. Even a little bit cooler back west. Wenatchee at 76. Leavenworth will be at 74. The warm spot up in Omak tomorrow at 78 degrees. Let's get to that surface loop. There's lots to get to. 60% chance of showers tonight. Maybe even a thunderstorm. There has been some of that rumbling around, but most of the activity will stay to our north. But some of that will move down, and here's a good look at about 10 o'clock tonight where we expect the thunderstorms and the flash flood watch to be in effect. Bridgeport, also Waterville, up into Twisp, and then parts over into northeast Washington. So we are going to watch that very, very closely tonight. For Saturday, expect cloudy skies. We will still see about a 60% chance for maybe a shower or two on Saturday. I think that will wane as the day goes on. It's going to be a cool one too, with highs Saturday once again in the upper 70s. By the time we end our weekend, the winds move in. High pressure here, low pressure there, and in between, that's when we see those windy conditions. We'll see highs on Sunday near about 80 degrees or so. For Monday, sunny, still cool out there. We will clear out, but temperatures will stay below normal into the upper 70s. But that will all begin to change then as we get into Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies, a bit of a ridge of high pressure beginning to build in over the Pacific Northwest, and that'll get us into the lower 80s for Tuesday. Wednesday, even a little bit nicer. We'll see partly cloudy skies, maybe a little bit breezy at times, not as windy as Sunday. It will be warmer on Wednesday with high temperatures in the mid 80s, so that's about normal for this time of year. And then the final day of our forecast, mostly sunny skies, normal temperatures once again, and quiet with highs in the mid 80s, although there is some rain shower activity beginning to move in from another storm. We're keeping our eye on that for the next weekend. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight, 59 degrees, good chance for rain overnight tonight into Saturday. 76 your high on Saturday, 58 the low, 77 the high on Sunday. Look at that low Sunday night, some of the coldest we've seen at 53, 79 Monday, and then the warm-up begins. 83 on Tuesday, about normal then for Wednesday and Thursday with highs primarily in the middle 80s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Passion,
Commitment. Determination. It's what it takes to win in the Olympics and in life. I'm Jared Sessler, your Republican candidate for Congress, and I'm ready to do what it takes to get Washington and America back on the podium. I'll fight to get our farms, ranches, and businesses back on track so our families can prosper once again. Go to jaredsessler.com to donate and to get involved. I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Finally Friday to you. The Mariners squandered a 6-0 lead, gave up a 5-spot in the ninth inning, and still came out on top of Texas in 11 innings, 9-8 yesterday in Arlington. Wasn't easy, but Seattle improved to 10 games above 500 for the first time this season by completing the 3-game sweep. Contest looked to be in hand early on, Seattle jumping on Rangers starter Spencer Howard for 5 runs, including a 3-run bomb by Mitch Haniger.
Roped down the left field line, and this is gone into the seats. Mitch Haniger, an all-time career best 27th home run this year.
Yep, here's the changeup at 79 miles an hour, and he catches it out front. It's just a matter of whether he can keep it fair. So many times you get that far out front, you'll hook it foul, but 100 on the exit velocity, just enough, 372 feet as it goes up into the seats.
So the score was 7-2 heading into the bottom of the ninth when Anthony Mashevitz and Diego Castillo completely collapsed.
This ball hit hard, out to right field. That one could be trouble, and it's up against the fence. Garcia to third, they'll wave him to the plate. Here comes the throw, not in time. And Obombi is in on the Hind double. Payoff way outside. That one gets away, and here comes Lowe. He scores. And one pitch. And that ball hit well out to right field. That could be trouble. It's gone! A 3-run shot! And the Rangers have tied it in the ninth. Jason Martin's 4th home run of the year. And the Rangers do it again to the Seattle bullpen.
Yeah, looked like it was going to be one of those games. It remained tied at 7-7 until Ty France untied it in the top of the 11th.
Smoked out to left, carrying back and gone. Home run, Air France. 11th inning lead. Mariners back in front.
And that ball was smoked. Screaming line drive into the seats. Here you go. Set up away, more middle and top of the zone, able to get to it. 400 feet. That had that sound. He knew it.
Yeah, nice shot there. Paul Sewald did give up a run in the bottom of the 11th, but was able to hang on for the victory. Seattle heads for Houston to begin a 3-game series beginning tonight, sending Yusei Kikuchi up against Lance McCullers Jr. in Houston. Other American League West action on Thursday. It was Brandon Marsh's second triple of the game, a 2-run shot, capping a 6-run sixth for the Angels. They won a slugfest in Detroit 13-10. The two teams combined for 30 hits on the day. Houston scored 3 runs at the top of the 10th to salvage the final game of its series in Kansas City 6-3. Matt Chapman homered twice, including a 2-run shot in the 7th to give Oakland a 5-4 win over the White Sox in Chicago. Seattle still trails the A's by 3 games in the wild card race heading into the weekend. With the leading Houston Astros, Mariners could make up some ground. They trail the Astros by 5.5 in the American League West. Well, the West Coast League Championship will come down to a third and final game tonight after Corvallis stayed alive with a 2-1 win over Yakima Valley last night. Nick Vogt's 2-run single in the bottom of the 3rd inning proved to be the difference as the Knights tied the best-of-3 series at a game apiece. Ty Uber, pitched 6 innings of 1-run, 3-hit ball with 3 strikeouts to earn the victory. Kenny Johnson, the tough luck loser for Yakima Valley, despite striking out 9 over 5 innings. Third and deciding game tonight in Corvallis. Other sports news, rookie in the NFL training camp has to use every edge they can to stick to a roster and have a chance to play. For Seahawks wide receiver Dwayne Eskridge, that has meant getting up at dark 30 to work out with quarterback Russell Wilson.
Yeah, so we just had a conversation. I went to him. We were just talking about some things of how I could get better in certain areas. And then he had mentioned that he came here at, I think it said 550. So then ever since then, I've been here at 550 with him doing that.
What was your reaction to 550 as opposed to any other time?
I mean, it's what I got to do. So, it hurts to get up that early, but, it's worth it in the long run.
So when you're here at 5:50, what time does the alarm go off at home?
It goes off at 5:15. Yeah, 5:15.
Wilson says the learning curve for Eskridge has been eased by the rookie's willingness to put in the extra work.
Having D. Eskridge out there is huge. He's, every morning I get out here, we get out here, walk on the field around 5:45, 6 o'clock, and me and him just go through plays for 45 minutes to an hour. There's still dew on the grass, but it's good just to go through the plays and really visualize it and to go through everything mentally, to focus on it. He's a really smart player. He's physical as can be. So to see, why we drafted him, I knew why, but to be out here with him, first couple of days has been really cool to see.
Seahawks hope the work put in this week will help them take it to the field tomorrow night against Denver in the second game of the preseason. Kickoff at Lumen Field at 7 o'clock on Q13 Fox. Area high schools began preparing for the upcoming fall sports season, including Eastmont football team this week. The Wildcats have become a Big Nine powerhouse in the 7 years under Michael Don as their head coach. He says the buy-in by his players and community has been great, but to compete statewide, there has to be more work done.
And it's hard when, we're here, we're kind of not near anything else. And so our kids don't get to see what else is out there. They don't get to see what's available, and they have a lot less available to them. A lot of the schools on the west side, they have kids who can go to private trainers and personal trainers and work year round, whereas here we are a high school sports community where our kids only get to play football when they're with us. And as a high school coach, that's a much more limited time frame than they get around those other things. But, our kids have kind of bought into the idea that they've got to do work on their own.
If you want to see our fall sports schedule here on the NCWLIFE channel, all you have to do is head to our website to get more on that. Well, it's going to be a busy weekend. Wenatchee Valley Super Oval as the North Valley Mechanical Shootout 75 takes place. Next, the night will climax with a 75-lap main event for the Jerry's Auto Supply Pro Late Models. Also featured Saturday nights are the Mountain Dew Junior Late Models, Plum Perfect Roadrunners, Northwest Vintage Modifieds, and the Northwest Focus Midgets. Gates open at 4:30. Racing gets underway at 6. Go to WVSO.com for your tickets. Have a good weekend. Be safe and sane. See you on Monday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Join me on Monday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am looking forward to this. This is a dream come true for me. My guest on Monday's show, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Ringo Starr, will be here in our studio, and I'll be asking all kinds of. Hold tight. I'm getting told now on my earpiece that Ringo Starr will not be on Monday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I repeat, Ringo Starr will not be on this program on Monday. I was just told by my producer in my earpiece. So tune in Monday at 7 a.m. live and local, and I'll make something up. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
The NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.